Elon Musk, when he goes on Twitter, he's constantly accusing like reverse racism in South Africa. You know, now that black people are in power, there was like this one video he posted where there was this huge like stadium and the guy, you know, this one like black South African, he was chanting,
"To kill Yamaza, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer."
Translated, it was like kill.
Yeah, look how deep they were, family. This, I mean, that's when you are the majority in the country, right? That's when you're a majority in the country. That's how, you know, that's the advantage they have over us, you know.
The landowner,
but they got to do something with it, though.
Basically, yeah. Now it doesn't mean
kill the poor, the farmer.
Translated, it was like kill the landowners, basically. Yeah. Now, it doesn't mean to literally kill the landowners. It was like just like a, you know, it was a struggle kind of song during that time.
Right.
But, you know, some landowners were getting killed during that time and so forth. And it was like, oh, look, you know, take this in reverse, where you had a white guy with a whole stadium talking about kill the white people and it would be whatever. But
Vlad, you could never do the reverse comparison, my boy. This is why reverse racism doesn't make sense, because there's no such thing of that. So if you try to reverse it, it's always hypothetical to like some dream shit. White people have plenty of centuries under their belt of actually doing it. That's why it's an unfair comparison. We know how it looks when white people chant like that. We don't know how it look if Black Americans, anybody from the Caribbean, you know, we don't know how it look if we chant like that. Like, there's no such picture. That's why the reverse comparison always falls short. But let's go, Avery Spears.
You know, you have seen it, you know, in South Africa when black people came back into power. I think there was a little bit of get back.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of James Brown payback.
The big payback.
Revenge. Got to see.
I'm mad.
Don't lean in that. Listen, I want to go back to something when I brought up the Billie Eilish thing. Like, even when she said that, you know, no one's illegal on stolen land. And you kind of made that face, and white people will go, whatever. It goes back to the Donahue Farrakhan moment, where this black guy goes, you know, I've heard a lot of people in this audience, there's a lot of white arrogance. I heard some white people say, go back. In other words, go back to Africa. And Farrakhan goes, I want to say to white people, when you say go back, please remember where you came from, because you weren't a native anywhere. You went to the native country and took it from the people. So if somebody told you to go back, where would you go? So that's what I mean when I say white arrogance. White people are so quick to dismiss shit that don't feel good to them or that's the truth.
Well, no, it's not that.
What is it?
Here's the thing.
So you heard them? White people are so quick to dismiss something that doesn't feel good to them, a hard truth. Family, is that not what we've been experiencing from these tethers? Same thing. When they hear the truth about themselves, they behave just like their zaddy. Okay, so that movie Us, all these movies of a impersonator, that's them and white people, man. They want to be them so bad, so badly.
So let's just say you take what Billie Eilish is saying.
Is it Eilish?
Eilish. Okay, Eilish. Billie Eilish, my bad. Let's just say you take what Billie Eilish is saying at face value, right? And say, okay, well, since people from England came to America and took the land from Native Americans, so based on what she's saying, no one really has a claim on this. So we have to treat this, you know, part of a continent as no one really has claims. That's not a real answer. It sounds good. It's a cool soundbite, but that's not really an answer.
white people won't even acknowledge that Christopher Columbus did not discover America. That's still being...
But we're not even talking about that.
No,
We're talking about the Native American situation.
I know.
Yeah.
That is the Native American situation.
No, I understand that.
But what I'm saying...
Christopher Columbus was from Spain.
I know, but
the U.S. was only partially colonized by Spain. Really, England was the one that really took over.
Okay, but he didn't discover shit. Native Americans were already here.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just saying that when you go, well, you know, this person took this and that person did this and not at face value. No, y'all hold on to what's important to y'all. Because if you're going to really tell history the right way, stop saying Christopher Columbus discovered America. And that's still being taught in the school curriculum.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue that part. But in this particular situation, at the end of the day, the Native Americans are not going to take over America again. Right?
Not, especially not when they've been killed the fuck off.
Exactly. Now, they were given some scraps. They got some casinos and some land and so forth. That doesn't make up for what actually happened. But if you look at the situation, it's not going to go back to the way it was again.
Oh, thank goodness, right?
It's not a thank goodness.
No. For some white people, thank goodness.
Well, for you as well. I mean, because at the end of the day, if Native Americans took all the land back, you'd have to go somewhere else along with the rest of us,
Niggas was
right?
here with Native Americans.
Yeah, that's a
Really?
Look it up. Niggas was here with Native Americans. Look it up.
So Africans being taken to this continent didn't happen?
Look it up.
That's not where the majority...
Look it up. You got the computer.
Okay, so what are you saying? The black people
There were black people here as well.
Were black people in America because before slavery? That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yes, people of African descent were present in the Americas, including regions that became the United States before the first documented large-scale arrival of enslaved Africans in Jamestown in 1690.
Hold on. I'm trying to do something funny. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta play this as he reads that. Okay. Let's go back.
In America. Because before slavery? That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, people of African descent were present in the Americas, including regions that became the United States before the first documented large-scale arrival of enslaved Africans in Jamestown in 1619. But they were not that many. There were some.
That wasn't a motherfucking statement. Nobody asked how many there were.
There weren't that many.
But niggas was here. Niggas is like roaches. We everywhere.
Stop running.
There were some. Obviously, I mean, these days, black people are like 15% of the U.S. population.
So even if you go,
it was maybe less.
Even if you go, there was some, and that percentage of blacks were damn near minute.
Right.